Pull this out. Okay, are you guys there? So sorry about, whoa, $20 for sub zero. Thank you. Thanks for supporting my channel. I love your content. Thank you. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Are you guys here? Sorry about that. Thank you, Sub Zero, for starting the day off right. I literally got a business call right then and there. I don't know if y'all heard any of that. Put a one in the comments if you can hear me right now. Please let me know if you can hear me before I start driving on the road, because I can't read your comments while I'm driving. So put a one in there if you can hear me. Good, good, good. And y'all got the likes already popping. Thank you. All right. So here's the thing. There was a post with Aisha Selden where, the first post was hilarious, where people were like, you need to be more sensitive. And a man in another post just called her a B for no reason. Just bitch, just for no reason. No reason. And she I put it in the community section where she just said, hey, listen, don't call me that. I don't argue with poor people who clearly can't express themselves without saying B. And this is a true fact. There are some people, the guy was like, yeah, I like watching Erica's content, but usually I don't listen to no B's. And I was like, well, first of all, you're insulting me, but you're watching my content. That to me is like a conflicting thing there. So, two, Aisha Selden's a millionaire, been a millionaire for a long time. The only reason she's even started coming out and talking more is because she's from Philly and she sees people basically not doing good business in Philly and was like, what's going on out here, right? Because a lot of people, I'm telling y'all, I'm in a lot of groups where people are millionaires and they don't even, this social media thing, they don't understand it, they don't get it, and they don't want to be a part of it. And so, first of all, the address where she, literally, multiple women were like, be sensitive, sis, be sensitive. He clearly just didn't know. Listen, you cannot tell grown people to be sensitive to disrespectful folks. If a man or woman is coming on the internet to disrespect you, that's it. They're done. They don't get a benefit of a doubt. They don't get a pat on the back. They don't get, maybe their life is hard. I don't care. Don't come with me with that mess. Ever. Okay? Two, I love her post because literally she did a 3 simple posts today. All she said was, these $200 a door rental situations, that's not going to cut it. 2, you need good credit, and 3, you need lines of credit, lots of them, because last time in 2009 they cut people's lines of credit. This is not an unknown thing. This is a true thing. This literally happened. They cut people's lines of credit. Now I'm sitting here telling y'all over and over the same stuff, and what I realize is several of you have started to go to events and gone to go get funding and took the funding course and was like, oh my God, you're telling the truth. Yes. And I was just on Quoba inside the Facebook group. Annette posted where someone was talking about, and there's tons of banking stories like this. Essentially, y'all, Skynet is tripping today. Skynet is doing it. Put a one in the comments. Are y'all still there? Skynet is playing crazy today. I'm here. I hope y'all can hear me, but Skynet is playing with me today. Let me repeat myself because I don't even know where it stopped at, right? So Annette posted in our private Facebook group, which you can join from the links. Again, it's $10 a month. You in there, you make it what you will. A lot of people are talking about credit repair. There's a guy who sued credit bureaus and won, got his credit cleaned off. There's people telling you different steps they're taking, different credit cards getting approved for, funding, all kind of stuff. There's all kind of conversation going on in there. There are people that partnered and got a truck together in the group. There's people that did all kind of stuff. So if you need to know the worth of the group, that's on you. If $10 a month is too much for you, then you need to get off YouTube and go back to work. Okay. So first of all, she posted a thing in there and I commented because nobody clearly commented. So I commented and I said, listen, this is why I'm so hard on you guys about banks. When somebody tells me, well, Bank of America or Chase wouldn't let me do that, I go, honey, there's 1,200 business banks alone. Business banks alone. The name of the group is Classy Climb Accountability and Growth Group. But if you have to actually buy the subscription from the links, and that's how we'll add you. We don't just add anybody. And trust me, there's a wait list of literally 500 people who found the group on Facebook, and I get it. Y'all found it. Click add me, and I said, did you get the subscription? No? Okay, well, you'll just keep sitting out here in the wait part, right? So anyway, the reason I stress to y'all about these banks, because there's 1,200 business banks, And that's not even the additional credit unions and all the other type of banks. That's just 1,200 banks that are specializing in working with businesses, because not all banks do. Some banks only work with teachers or firemen or certain companies. Not all do business. And literally, one of them had a doctor, that flashy title of being a doctor, and they let him run crazy. He got $750,000 in loans, and of course disappeared. Got a plane, got some other stuff, and disappeared. Gone ghost, right? Same thing. A couple came in, they just started an account. All of a sudden, she's ringing up insufficient fund fees left and right, and they get $1,500 back from the bank because they claim it was fraud, and then they disappear. And then all up in the comments on Quoba, which is why I love Quoba, there's all these people. Quora, sorry, I'm saying Quoba, not the restaurant, not the Mexican restaurant. Quora, the actual question website forum. There's so many people saying, yeah, I'm at this bank and this happened. I'm at this bank and this happened. And so that's why I have no tolerance or patience when y'all see him go, well, Chase wouldn't let me do it. How many other banks are in your freaking town and city, man? Like, there's probably like 22 other banks in your town and city, but yeah, you still come with me with the same stuff. Y'all will tell me the same stuff every time, every week. Bank of America wouldn't let me do that, Erica. I'm like, okay, what should you be doing this week? Y'all don't see all the stuff I do behind the scenes, but I'm in a ton of Facebook groups, and literally, when I sit here and tell y'all, some of these people, all these guys are doing all day are finding banks, calling banks, getting new lines of credit, getting new bank accounts. And many people be like, oh, 2 bank accounts, Erica, that's a lot of paperwork to keep up with. Yo, like, literally one dude has 52 LLCs. So when you sit here and complain, I go, well, what do you want to do? Most people don't really want to change their life radically. They kind of want to do a little bit of something. They want to get a little bit of something. They want to like get 2 or 3 things popping, but not too much. They want to get a new credit card and that's about it, and they comfortable. Or they want to get 1 or 2 things and go sit down. And for me, when you actually see something, bam, Kamoy right there, 50K right there, line of credit. When you actually see something, when you know something to be true, you can't go back. Your brain cannot shrink back down. Once you know something new, your brain can't go back. It just can't. So once you realize, F these banks, right? Like Asia from Detroit has this thing called F these loans. And it's still funny to this day because there are so many people, not that you should be saying F these loans, you should pay your debts. But there are so many banks out there for y'all to sit here and say, well, Erica, this happened. Dude, I called a bank in the middle of nowhere in Texas, an hour away from me, willing to join them because they were going to give me like 40K. And people act like, oh, that's a lot of work to go outside 10 miles from my house for a bank. Or people will say, well, Erica, I got Bank of America or Wells Fargo because they have ATMs everywhere, and the fees. Y'all, come on, man. Not the $2 fees. Come on. You get a $2 fee every day, every time you go to any ATM. I have USA and USA because they don't have USA everywhere. They give you $3 back at the end of the month. And some people are like, I need my $3, Erica. I need it right now. Right? And so what I'm just trying to get y'all to see is like, this makes, if you can see some of the stuff I'm seeing in some of these Facebook groups, and like, to clarify, some of you are like, well, how can I get in? Some you can't get in unless you buy in the course or you buy in the membership. Some I've paid $7,000, and I'm in these groups of people who are business owners. Some I paid $5,000, some I paid $4,000, some I paid $99 a month to be in the Facebook group or whatever. And really, it's not just a Facebook group. It's really, I'm in the course, but the membership group is just part of it, kind of deal. And so that's why I try to explain to y'all, like, I can't just be posting up groups because you're not going to get access to them. One, they're secret. You can't even see them on Facebook. They're secret. Like, our group is closed, so you can Google Classy Climbers Accountability Group, but theirs are like secret. Like, I could, if you were not a member and you typed it in the computer, you wouldn't find it. All right. So with that being said, I'm in some of them, and I share as much content as possible that makes sense for the channel and makes sense for Facebook group, right? But I promise you, I'm in there, and people literally, there's one guy, he is not even, he used to drive his truck, and then he let his brother drive his truck, and all he does all day is ring them phones for trying to get funding. He was saying he connected with an operations manager of another trucking company, and that's all that guy's doing is running around calling, getting funding. Like, they're not even doing any of their regular business day-to-day stuff. They are just funding. That's all they're doing all day and all night. And I thought, well, dang, that's crazy, right? That's in trucking, right? Well, then the other group, real estate related, that's all they're doing. Husband, wife team, they're just calling around every bank they can call. And even if you go to Bigger Pockets, I remember playing it, and Bigger Pockets didn't want to go too deep on it, but it was a guy saying he had bought real estate, he had a building, and he had $200,000 in lines of credit and credit cards. He literally called around for a year and a half. He didn't call too much, but he called around a year and a half, and he raised his lines of credit to $850,000. And it was like Bigger Pockets talked about it a little bit, but then they just went on over to the next conversation. And I was like, no, that's the part we need to stop the whole show and back it up and talk about. There's going to be a combination of that. There's going to be a combination of guaranteeing. There's going to be a combination of you just bringing your bank statements. It's just a combination. What you see, when you see people always talking about credit cards, that's like first level stuff. That's really first level stuff. Like, there's tiers to it: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, right? Credit cards are like tier 1 through 5. Unsecured lines of credit from banks is tier like 6, right? And even though people say, well, your personal credit and business credit shouldn't be merged and shouldn't matter, again, you have people sitting here, and here's two schools of thought. There are some of these gurus and some of these internet people you're seeing, all they are doing, I kid you not, all they are doing is literally, they got a 720 personal credit score. They ain't even touching it. They come to a bank, they open up a brand new account. The bank doesn't know them from Adam, and it's like, can you personally guarantee this account? They don't even say the line. They say this account. Because when you get lines under 25,000, under 15,000, they don't be asking for all this paperwork. They take a peek at the score. No red flags. Okay, here you go. Here's 100,000. Here's 200,000. Here's this money. Here's this money. And y'all fight me tooth and nail on this, and that's why I laugh, because you have that general public knowledge, and then you have that people who are actually doing it knowledge. And it cracks me up. It cracks me up because I know the difference. I'm out here actually doing it daily. I'm in groups, and it just keeps confirming. It just keeps confirming everything I'm saying, because that's what they're doing as well. And when people tell me that, oh, I'm going to get so rich in the recession, I'm going to do all this in the recession. You don't know when it's coming. You don't know when the recession's coming. You can't time the market on stock market, any of it. But yet that's y'all number one thing y'all love to tell me, like, I'm gonna do all this, I'm gonna save all my coins for the recession. It's like, stop. If you're not already investing, if you're not already getting these lines of credit, you won't just pop up one day and do it. Like I made the comment on Instagram. You don't see people just get up the next day and go run a 26-mile marathon. Shit, you don't even see people do 5Ks without some practice. You don't see people say, I'm going to just jump up and run 2 miles in a race tomorrow. Now, these are different miles and different measures, but that's almost what I'm comparing it to. Some of you are telling me you're going to go from novice, not involved, no contacts, to I'm going to jump up with this handful of money I have and buy up a whole town. It will not work. Now, here's why. Not because I'm a hater on your dreams, not because I'm saying, oh, you can't do it, but because I actually work day to day with people who, they are so deep into a street, like they own every other property on a couple different streets. So when something moves in that neighborhood, they already know before you know. They come tell you about it. Yeah, this other house just opened up, I got it. And I'm like, dang. When we were in Detroit with Asia, we were at their Real Estate Thursdays event, and one of the guys in there is a wholesaler, but he sold 500 houses. He's a realtor. 500 houses in 1 year, y'all. He sold 500 houses in 1 year. And of course, that's some of the people underneath him and all that other stuff, but included in that number. But he was already like, as soon as Asia talked about something on a street, I can't remember the name of the street, but she said something about it. Oh, I'm looking for something over there. This owner might give me the property. He's like, oh, I already got like 7 over there. Let me see. I think I know what house you're talking about. The da-da-da-da house. He did that off memory, y'all. And Detroit is not a small city. It's a big city. So imagine somebody being that deep into investing, buying up stuff in that community, And you coming out of nowhere telling me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy up everything over here. That man is already 27 steps ahead of you. Now, can money be your equalizer? Not necessarily, but what it can do is help propel you a little bit more forward. Now, what does a little bit more forward mean? It can get you in some rooms. It can get you some doors. It can get you ahead of some folks in line, but not completely over. I'm at a stoplight, so I'm reading this. I'm at a stoplight. So true. I've been able to show profitable business K1s and maintain personal credit responsibility. I've been able to get access to types of credit I didn't know existed. It's a different world. Malik Vanderpool, thank you for sharing that, people. Y'all, I don't have to give the testimonials. The people here in the chat can give you testimonials. People in the Facebook group can give you testimonials. It is a different level of, it's just a different level. And so a lot of people are getting this base level knowledge, like, nah, your business and your personal should be separate, you know? And they can't even get a $5,000 credit card. So I don't even listen to those folks. Because I already know they don't know. And I'm not worried about it, right? And so, with that being said, do I think we're coming towards for sure. We're coming towards one. Now, many people say, well, Erica, why would you keep buying real estate if we're going towards a recession? Because people always need somewhere to live. And as these apartments, as they've done before, get tricky with you can't qualify, you need a bigger down payment, you need a this or that. Most houses are like, first month's rent and a deposit, and you can get on in there. Now, here's something on that end. A husband and wife team, a couple family members pound together, they will be able to afford to move into these places. That's just all they'll be able to afford into a house that you rent out. They may not be able to afford an apartment. They may not be able to get into qualify at the apartment place. They may not qualify at a lot of places. But if they can scrounge their money together, they can get in there. Now, I was in one group. It's a credit card group, and somebody said, what were people's thoughts about a person came to apply for a house, right? They said the guy had a car, nice car, had a hat on, smelling like weed, was like, yo, I can pay up 4 months rent in advance. That's $9,600. That's how much rent was. Immediately, all the white and Asian people in the comment section are like, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Don't do it. He's probably a drug dealer. He's a this and that. Now, I have been around enough people to know sometimes people come into a windfall. Sometimes people get in a car accident. Sometimes people cash out insurance policies. There's all kind of reasons why a man would have $9,000 or that's all he got is a lump sum. I've seen it before. I've seen single moms get huge tax refund checks and want to pay up their rent for as many months as possible. Because why? In that 4 months time frame, that person should, now this is the key word on this, should be finding a way to make more money to pay the rest of the rent for the rest of the year, right? Now, all tenants should be showing you W-2s or tax returns or some kind of documentation information to show that they qualify. Now, I'm not saying this man should get special treatment because he got a lot of money, but this was a problem they were having in Austin, Texas, where people would have pockets full of money, but because they, for various reasons, the city was feeling some type of way, people were feeling some type of way, they wouldn't want to take the tenant. And what you have to understand is you have to just ask better questions and still pre-qualify people. And I was one of those people in there. Exactly right. Donald, he said, I'm pulled over at a complete stop, y'all. Donald Trump doesn't show tax returns. Why should I? Right. So then Austin made a law that all you had to do was show your bank statements for the last 6 months or a year, instead of tax returns, instead of this or that, instead of paycheck stubs and all that mess. And that's what most high level luxury places will do. Show me your bank statements for a few months and then I'll go ahead and work with you, kind of conversation. And that's why I still will stick with housing. And many people in the comments are like, he's a drug dealer and he's gonna tear your house up and they were losing their mind in the comments, like this man was some kind of monster and he was gonna destroy everything this man ever had loved dear or something. And I just laughed because I'm like, you guys clearly don't interact with people outside your circle. Now, what does that mean? Most people interact with 5 to 10 people that are just like them, whether it's work, whether like my friends are engineers and a lot of all their other friends are engineers. So when I'm not an engineer, like, well, Erica, you should work like in this part of the office because you don't have to be an engineer. You can be a salesperson. But because that's all they know is other engineers. All they know is other people in IT. All they know is other people in their circle. Like when someone's outside that or different, it blows their mind. Now I use that long example, which was very long, to apply it to the funding. When I try to tell you something that I know to be true, and I'm in several groups that reinforces the same conversation, that reinforces the same information, and you guys are like fighting me on it, what I realize is you guys just aren't in those same circles. You guys don't bump into people every day who, don't work a 9 to 5, but still get a lot of bank funding and go to different banks. I get that. And so I understand when I'm conveying information on this channel that I have to give you guys a little bit of grace, because you're not always going to be like, I don't know about that, Erica. And that's okay. You don't have to agree with me. You really don't. But I'll see you in 6 months when you do. Right? So let me see what y'all saying here. Folks don't believe that anyone has access to. Yeah, I mean, it's really weird. Like 10K is such a small number. Like literally I've had people send me their bank statement and show me they have 60K, 70K and they want to work with me. And I go, you didn't have to do all that. You ain't got to stunt on me like that. You ain't got to stunt for me. I believe you have money. Like you wouldn't be coming to me if you didn't have money. Like I believe you. But because they have had to fight that narrative that they don't have no money, they're very pushy about that, right? You would be a good sales engineer though. Thank you, Kamoy. When I've seen some sales engineers, they've been very little petite, beautiful girls. And I was like, oh, I might have to wear heels if I come up in this mug. So I ain't want to wear heels. All right, so I'm a novice to credit lines. I just opened a business checking account with PNC. I asked for a business line of credit. They said no, but suggest I open a business credit card first. So part of it is a part of their sales. And again, if you take the funding course, I'll talk to you guys about this. A lot of sales people, bank people or sales people, just the same. They advocate for credit cards, right? They advocate for credit cards because one, they're going to win if they sell you that product. Two, they're going to, not only they're going to make money because they sell you that product. Two, they get bonus points. Three, if you get the credit card for them, now you're in there, right? You're in their system, right? You're in there. And then after a couple months, they're like, okay, here. Because business lines of credit, no signal, Rick Boss refresher screen. Once you do that, you realize that they the person in control? Are they the person who can make a determination? And again, this is why I tell y'all to go to small banks, because 9 times out of 10, a smaller regional bank, you are going to bump into a person who is the, let me think the best way to say it. They're the decision maker. They are the decision maker. They can actually determine how much, up to like $50,000 you could get that very day. And they can do a lot of business with you, period. Like, this is why I'm driving out to a bank in the middle of nowhere, because that's where all the farms are. And guess what? All the farmers throw their big checks in there, and all the big banking companies that work with those farmers throw their checks in there. So that bank has what? Money to do what? Lend. So what they have to do? Lend it. That's basically how that rolls. Thank you for these combos, Erica. You got me slacking at work. Don't slack at work. You can always watch it later. But I mean, I just really want y'all to understand that, like, the videos is all the free information you'll get out of me, right? People are like, is there a discount to talk to you? I'm like, no, because my day is busy. I'm about to go in here and get this biscuit sandwich. I already hit the workout this morning. My trainer saw me and was like, don't get that biscuit sandwich, but I'm going to go get it anyways. And that's how that's going to go. Trent Davis, banks are not friendly. They are not friendly. Just found you yesterday via O'Shea Show. Want to love what you're showing so far. Thank you for coming over. I just got here. Hey, what's the cost? Oh, right now I don't even have any time slots available. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like $600 for an hour. It's like $400 for 30 minutes, because at the end of the day, and I don't mean this with no disrespect, most people don't got shit going on. Like, this isn't disrespectful at all. If by the time you talk to me, you should be having a business, you should be having, not only should you be having a business, you should have a business, you should be hitting some kind of growth problem. It should be a situation where you want to call me because you had a growth problem, right, in your company. Why is this dude backing up so far on the street? It's so weird. Um, he don't know I got this hitter. Let me make sure these car doors locked. Okay, they locked. But by the time you call me, you should have something going on with your business, or you're hitting a growth bump in time or space, or there's some reason why you can't get ahead, or you're hitting a roadblock, and so therefore that's why you're calling me. That should be the difference. That should be it. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're just like, I don't know what I want to do, well, now I got to spend like 30 minutes of our call asking you, what do you want to do? How do you want to get there? What's your vision in life? And yeah, those girls over there, they got out of that car. They got parked close to me. I was like, hey, what y'all doing? And so that's all. Biscuit sandwiches. I was about to ask you what your yeah, my trainer ain't playing that. What are your thoughts on credit unions? What do they fall in the same category as community banks? Salute you. So Anthony Bolton, I think you should always be going to community banks. You should always be going to credit unions. Those are where you should start, honestly. Like, y'all love, I know y'all think I be dramatic, but Bank of America and Wells Fargo have repeatedly been sued in court for, literally sued in court and lost, and had to pay billions of dollars to Black and Latino people and even poor white people for doing shady loans, bad business practices, and y'all keep going back to I just don't understand. If somebody slapped me and my mama in the face, I'm not gonna go back over to their house. I'm not. I don't understand that. So, and people be like, well, they work for me. Okay, well, good. Go in there tomorrow and ask them for a business line of credit after you've been with them for years and years. They ain't gonna give a shit about you. So yeah, you should always start credit union. Don't get that butter biscuit, girl. Listen, the biscuit's calling me. That's gentrified prices. Well, hey, watch all her videos before you call. Yeah, I personally hate Bank of America. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. Just closed my Chase account the other day. Listen, I have people who are in the investment club who literally were like, hey, I just want to send some money over. I just want to send $5,000. Why? Why you want to do that? That's their money. That's their money. And people are like, it's crazy. Like, people were literally, when I did this investment group, they were like, Erica, they're giving me a hard time about my money. And I'm like, yeah, that's what Chase and Bank of America does. They don't care. They don't care. Again, if you haven't got my alternative funding course, you need to. Like, literally, it's, worth the cost times 10. Literally, people have made in the comments the first 2 videos are the best. I'm literally, because I've literally just spent a couple years here just getting close to 6 figures and like figuring out, like, oh, okay, banks don't care that you've made a ton of money. They don't care. But guess what? PayPal throw you 20K. PayPal throw you 30K. QuickBooks will throw you 30K. This other company will throw you 30K. So what you have to start doing is doing what? Stacking with companies that will provide funding. Stripe will throw you money. All these other companies will throw you money. Even American Express has a business line of credit. Business loans. See, people who have Bank of America, who have American Express, don't even know that, sir. There's a whole section of American Express that does so much that people don't even realize it. Navy Federal has been notorious for throwing thousands of dollars out there. Again, there's money out there. Exactly. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Facts, facts, facts. I cringe when people don't know what they want. Josh, honey, I cringe. I'd be like, we're going to spend 30 minutes on this phone breathing with each other because it's going to sound like a date. I'm going to be asking you 27 questions about your life. And even when people come on here and ask me a very generic question, oh, I have like $300,000. What should I do with it, Erica? I don't know you. I don't know your mama and them. I don't know your situation. I cannot give you just general basic ass information because I don't know you. And I don't know what's going on with your life. Now, many people don't love it, but I love seeing old Black people take walks. This man is walking it, y'all. Keep walking, sir. Do it. Live your best life. There's not many Black people left on this east side of this part of Austin, but he out there walking it. Get it, sir. You got to get your walk on. And you can tell because he's got a fresh white t-shirt on. He's got coral colored pants and the official dad shoes. I love it. I seriously do. Because it's health is wealth, man. You got to walk. Navy Fed is the goat. Those merchants see the money coming in. They better offer a loan. Oh, for sure. For sure. Not just that. I mean, listen. I'm I don't want to doom and gloom this channel. I really don't. There's plenty of channels that do that. I watch the Money GPS. I watch the Dollar, the Boom Bear Bust. I watch a lot of channels that are like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then even when they talk, they realize, what can you do in these situations but ride the wave? Right? Ride the wave. And for me, y'all don't even understand. Like, I was talking to this other YouTuber. Homegirl went away for a whole year. Straight up had a baby, y'all. And got married. She didn't do it in the order she got married after had the baby, but that's her business. And then she came back like, hey, you guys, da, 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 da. Like she had not been gone. And was living her best life. And I understand it, because once you start making actual money, and then you actually start getting lines of credit come in, and realize if you own a couple different properties, you don't have to be out here. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You can take a year off and homeschool your baby. You can take a year off and have a baby. You can go do whatever you want. These videos are like, they're out here in the internet. I pop up and see videos all the time. And 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, old videos, it will still be here. But if it won't be here if you don't start, is my point. Many of y'all, they make fun of me buying properties in Detroit and Houston, but I'm like, you build something from the ground up, no loan. You buy a 40K property in Detroit, no loan, with cash, and you have it renting out for like $700, $800 a month. It pays for itself in a couple years, and it's still putting money in your pocket, and you keep your life moving, and you get 10 of those, 12 of those, 13 of those. It's just like, it's hard for me to explain to y'all. Even the bank right now, I don't know if you guys understand, but there's a type of loan where you can come in there and say, look, I have all these trucks. Okay, I want to get a loan, but I don't want to use any collateral. Y'all will not collateralize my vehicles. Okay. And they will give you a loan based off the value. There's just all type of products. I just can't even go over all of them. But there's a ton of products out there that literally y'all are missing it. But I'm in these Facebook groups, and I see if the person that is a business owner day in and day out is doing nothing but getting funding right now. If the person who's a flipper is doing nothing but getting funding right now, person who's a wholesaler is not even wholesaling properties, or keeping like 3 out of 4 they wholesale, the signs are there for me. The signs are there for me. That's all I'm saying. The signs are there for me that you should be really, 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 really getting your funding up, because they will cut your damn lines in half. I was just in a Facebook group, and this guy had 6 American Express accounts. Now, he messed up on payments 2 times on one account. Guess what they did? Closed all 6. And people in the group were like, why you miss your payment? He's like, I missed it because the bank sent it back. Okay, so the bank sent it back one time. Cool. The bank sent the $2,000 one back. And I was like, right there. Right there. They go. They already have established a pattern of you having things returned from your bank. Done. And they closed all 6 of his American Express accounts. All 6. So when I sit here and tell y'all, like, y'all want to sit here and play these credit card games and get all these credit cards, I'm telling y'all, that's not where the real pie is. The pie is the business lines of credit. The pies are the unsecured lines of credit. And all this, like, daydreaming, I love y'all to death, but a lot of y'all be like, my vision, Erica, is to own 27 trucks and 30 houses. And I start saying something to you like, well, what are you doing to take steps in that? Well, this is my vision, Erica. I'm working on it. No. You got to have actual steps. You got to have actual parts you're doing. And that time, that window, and listen, Sunday I was going to do a live, but I said, nope, I'm not going to do it. I was at WeWork for 3 hours. It was dead. Nobody was in that bitch. I was walking around, cutting up, recording videos live, I did a live consult with somebody on the phone, and they're just walking around. because it was Sunday, but it was also like that Saturday. Why? Because it's football here in Austin. The game was here. And when I saw that, I already knew what was up. People are already checked out. It's not just football. We're in the fall of the year. People are like, oh, it's fall. Let me start planning my vacations. Now, don't get it twisted. I was literally going to take October to March off just to give y'all full heads up. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I was literally going to take from October to March, which is March is my birthday, off and be like, love you, YouTube, but I'm just going to focus on these trucks and focus on real estate. And what ended up happening is I started just doing the math and I started looking around me and I'm like, everybody's already taken off, Erica. Don't be that person. Wait the 98 more days in this month and take 4 months off next year, right? Take the 4 months off next year. And because what I saw is when I was in these Facebook groups, I saw it, you guys. I see everybody knows it's coming. They don't know when. It's like musical chairs. You don't know when it's coming, but you don't know when. So what do you got to do? You got to play the game and you got to ride the wave. You got to ride the wave. And again, people are in the stock market right now. September and October are the most hectic months historically for the stock market. The past 10 years, anybody's been following it historically, and also just the last 10 years, September, October. And so when people are in there digging to do the stock market, I'm like, you need to be actually in it to make the money. You need to already taken Terry's class. Terry's coming with me to Dallas October 12th. So you got that ticket. October 12th, we're going to be in Dallas. October 5th, I'm going to be in Denver with cousin Nita. So if you want to learn about wholesaling, you want to learn about real estate, transactions, that Denver one, October 5th, you better be there. This weekend, I'm going to be in Atlanta, September 28th and 29th. I promise you, people in that room is going to get everything they need to get started. And we walk them through everything. Because I make sure everybody that leaves my event can take action tomorrow. Even the workshop I did in LA on a Tuesday earlier this year, everybody in there leave with a plan. There's no people leaving without a plan. I can't do it. I can't do events where you don't leave without a plan. Let me see what y'all got up here. Oh, Lord. The writing's on the wall. We got to tighten up. Yeah. Thank you, Kiwizi Lane. I don't know what's going on. Erica spent gold right now. Cash flow and rentals and trucks. It's working now. Thanks, Erica. Thank Rickbox. I got a question. Do you think the accessibility of large amount of unsecured loans will be the downfall of our country? Because every one of you is the 10 free credit Freddies? What? No. Lines of credit are what keeps businesses open. So when your job pays you your paycheck, 9 times out of 10, they haven't received all their account receivables. They haven't got all their payments in. Those lines of credit keep those companies rolling. So what you saw when you saw Toys R Us close, Toys R Us made $500 million. But what happened is Toys R Us had a loan, and the loan, so they got $500,000 in. The loan was $400 million that year, and it was so tight that they were like, we might as well close, because next year if we off by just a little bit, people won't get their paychecks on time, and stores won't get deliveries on time. That's just how close some of those lines are, credit are. So when I talk about lines of credit, your job you're at right now has a line of credit to keep your office open. And most people work at a job that has under 500 employees. Now, some people say, no, I work for Walmart, I work for a hospital, I work for this, that. Even if you work at a hospital, that hospital has lines of credit to keep that hospital open. Straight up. Those trucking companies you saw got closed down. When you peeled back the article, the company said we got turned down for our annual line of credit. So we could not pay drivers on time. We were going to have to liquidate trucks to pay drivers on time. Think about that. That's how many companies run on line of credit. Big banks, Bank of America's too sporadic. My closing was delayed 2 weeks, even though I was told I'm an ideal borrower. Praying it happens Friday. Yep, Melissa, that will happen. I promise you. People just want results with doing the work. 98 days left. The question is they question my 5,000 truck investment Grandview too. See, that's the thing. Melissa, that's the whole point. I'm like, something that is a purchase of actual cash flow, of something making money, people will question it. But you going on a vacation, don't question it. You buying a Carnival cruise trip, don't question it. You buy another car, don't question it. Girl, you gave somebody $5,000 to get payments for the next 3 years? I don't know about that, girl. That's suspicious. And you get your initial money back? In 3 years? I don't know, girl. I don't know. It's stuff like that. Got to create the well and build it before the well runs dry. Yep. My real estate. There you go. Faith works love. I wish I'd been suggested to your channel sooner, but better late than never. Thanks for the sound and safe advice. Thank you, Vincent. Corporate credit, you work for Wells Fargo BOA. The margins got too thin for them. Toys R Us to keep running. Yeah. Hello, risk factor assessment. I got 150,000 in business credit. Is that sufficient enough for one truck on handle repair maintenance? Pyramid tank. This is the third or fourth time you've asked me this question on this channel. Again, there's a million ways to do trucking. You're asking me a question that will require so many 50 different questions from you to answer. If the truck, let's do some simple math, and this is the simple answer I give you. If you can go get an auction truck for $30K, do you think 150,000 is enough? If you can go get a used truck for $50K, do you think 150K is enough? Come on now. Come on now. Again, you're asking a question that you know the answer to. And if you need more insight, what are you going to do? Do a consult. 400 for 30 minutes and 600 for an hour. But I don't even think I have any slots left for this week. So I think the Thursday ones, the 2 Thursday ones are already taken. So, and then all the rest of the weekend, I will be doing the mastermind in Atlanta. So, one of my girlfriends is still suspect about my real estate investments, but she isn't paying my bills. See, Yolanda, that's the thing. And so I'm so ready. I hate to say I'm ready for the end of the year, but I am, because then all my investors get K1 forms that they can show to their friends and family. Like, see, I got a K1 form. I'm an investor. I'm an official investor with this person. And so that's why I'm like, I'm just ready for the end of the year. Every day I'm on the phone, almost every other day, not every day, with my bookkeeper and my accountant. And I've been telling them I'm so damn ready for the end of the year. I'm so ready, because when people don't understand, when people aren't investors, I don't even talk to them about stuff like this. I don't. Grant Cardone was saying in a video about all these emails he got where somebody's like, I only got $40 a month for my check, because they were getting monthly dividend payouts for their investment with his Cardone Capital. And he's like, you only sent me $5,000. What you want? You only sent me $10,000. What you want? Like, it was just super funny, because what I tell people is JV partnerships and partnerships are the way to go. Point blank period. If you wanna go buy a $50K truck, well, go ahead and go do it. If you can run it yourself, do everything yourself, do it. Good luck. That's what I tell people, because they don't see all the behind the scenes and all the work that goes into it. That's a part of why I want to take 6 months off YouTube. I'm like, I'll just run ads on the old videos. Because I can see, and I'm also in talks with a lot of different business owners who, they literally went and got 10 rentals and they're just vacationing. Why even do all this, right? Like, it's crazy. Is your class still coming to Oakland in November? I would love to meet you. Yes, we're trying to narrow down the dates right now, because in November, it's not just Oakland and LA, it's also Cleveland. So we got to get all the dates on the calendar now, because I can tell y'all now, I will come to somebody's city and the first thing they would say is, I didn't know you were coming. Even though I've been talking about it for like 10 months. I didn't know you were coming. They don't see none of my ads running. They don't see none of the Facebook ads. They don't see none of the Instagram ads. They don't see me talking about it on YouTube every day of the damn week. I didn't know you were coming. So. You know, Doug, I'll try to record some stuff here and there, but like I just, just dating life as much, listen, when you're dating, sometimes you want to take just weekends off and hang out with your boo, I'll just say it like that and leave it at that. How much are the consults? We're too comfortable with wasting money and not making it. We also think a job is the only way to make money. Too tired of trading tired of trading tons of time for money. Yeah, no chase report. That's the truth. And that's part of what I'm trying to get at, is like, once you open your mind to new concepts, you can't go back. You just can't. You cannot. Like, once you see something, you cannot go back. Like, I was talking to this other girl who literally retired off YouTube. And she makes stacks, y'all. But she was a fitness girl, but people thought she was 25. No, they thought she was 28. Let's be honest. She was white, tan white girl, but she really was 41. And so when she had her baby, she's like, I'm done. And she's done. She's done. She's just done. And it's not that I'm glorifying retirement. It's the option to be done, because all she did was the 3 years before that, like before that baby, is invest all that YouTube money in real estate. And she's living nice in Dallas. She's living a very nice life in Dallas. And she's done. She's just done. Because she doesn't have to. And so when you start expanding your mind to the concept of investments and ownership, and that you can get lines of credit and you can buy a property. What's her name? Maya Investments. I bought her on the channel in Houston. Her and her husband came to the boat party. They actually invested with me in some of the properties. And now they bought their own property. And they did their own rehab. So now they know how much things cost, how it looks. And then now she's like, I'm ready to go get another one. And that's the stories I love. That's what makes me keep doing YouTube, is the people who actually go out there and go, oh, Erica, I did it. It wasn't that bad. Or I called Asia and spent money with her. Like, great. I bought a 40K house. It wasn't terrible. And once you see that, like, some of y'all don't ever have to leave your house again. You could literally pick up this phone and make money from this phone every day of the week and never leave the house and spend time with your kids. Once you see that, you get over it. You get over the whole job thing. Now, for men, I understand men are built different, and they really are. Because women, lots of studies show women build businesses enough for their family and them and go on by their day. And men usually build businesses to, like, dominate an industry, dominate the city, dominate the state, which that's in men's DNA. That just is what it is. We're not going to argue that. And so they can work all they want. They can do what you want. You can keep working forever. I don't care. That's fine. But there's something about women, even Mimi Icon. This is a prime example. You can go look at Mimi Icon, Alex Icon. When Mimi Icon didn't have her kid, she was the driving force of Luxie Hair. And this is white girl extensions. This is why I love Glendon Cameron. I love him to death. But when he tells me he's a white girl wisher, I'm like, Glendon Cameron, white women been on extensions forever, ever. Like, $1 billion industry forever, ever. High class white women, low class white women, they've been on extensions forever. But they literally sold their company for like $300 million or $400 million. White girl extensions. White girl extensions. Mimi Icon, go look her up. When she started to really blow up was when Gary Vee bought her on Gary Vee, and her husband asked questions about hiring more staff. They already had a staff of 8 people going on 10. And then eventually, a year and a half later, they sold the company. They came up with different planners, different books. They put them on the internet. You know, she's getting dresses and stuff from sponsors. And when she had that baby, she was like, deuce. Her husband, Alex, kept working because men are different, right? But once they sold the company, she was like, I don't give a shit. I got my baby. I'm gone. And that's what people don't understand, is once you understand the concept of how to make money and how to get more money, or how you can, like, disappear off the internet but never really be gone, just run ads and you just out there living your best life, you let go of all these notions of how, I gotta be out here every day for people, keeping it real. Nah, man, you don't. You really don't. So let me see what else y'all got in here, and I'm gonna go get my biscuit. Top CEOs are forecasting lower growth. Hit the like button. There's 186 of y'all here. There's been over 350 people come in and out of this chat. 72 likes. Come on now, hit me up. Miss Erica, you have a lot of info. Where should I start? Your books or buy a course? I have LLC for 3 years. G-Man, what's your LLC do? Is it making money? If you're trying to get funding for your LLC, I would go get the funding course. You may have to start another one. What's the hardest LLC type to get funding for? Transportation. Guess what? I have transportation, but I also have a lot of other ones. Your investment needs to be $100,000 to see sizable results. Investment in what, Curtis Davis? Investment in what? Okay, because I'm going abroad for 10 days in November, December, but really want to support you. Oh, TJ Speak, listen, I'm going abroad too. Hey, but after I finish my tour dates. $40K is a start, 10x and get 400. Yeah. The steps are take 1 to 3 courses with you before the year ends. I spent all this money in the end of the year on liabilities. I'm ready for some assets. Yeah. How do you feel about buying condos? Depends on the city, depends on the state. The vision is freedom. Yeah, but what does freedom look like? Great content, right? They spending big money on tracks. Yeah, been to Burton. I love Glendon, but I was like, Glendon, they love extensions. They love it. They love it. Yeah, men are natural builders. Women love people who are natural builders because that means they can relax and they don't have to build. Do you know how many women I know who are business women who they want to marry an alpha guy, not because they want an alpha guy, but because they want somebody to kind of take over the business and let them relax. Honey, I've seen it a million times. Uh-oh, my phone's about to die. Oh, shit. Oh, we got to get it out of here. Oh, no. It's going to die. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hold on. It's about to die, y'all. Men must have something to do. Mr. Fantastic, I've already been to the DMV like twice. What if you want to secure all financing? 6 shop, grab the funding course. What does freedom look like? It depends. Freedom is different for each person. I'm trying to cool this phone off on the little air vent. Never tell a bank you loan options in your real estate. I don't tell, you should, listen, grab the funding course. I'm very careful on what I tell banks. Anyways, you guys, there's 192 y'all here. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming here today. But you missed all the good stuff earlier. So go rewind the video. You can catch all the good stuff in the beginning. But yeah, there's so much. Hey guys, the phone died. So wrapping it up.